Boosie, you got some explaining to do. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the platform. I'm gonna get right to it, man. I put out a video yesterday where Boosie made his own video responding to a question about his return to Vlad TV. And from his viewpoint, he said that he would not be doing Vlad interviews anymore because Vlad would not give him a 5K increase on his appearance fee. Well, Vlad has responded. And to be honest with you, if what Vlad is saying is true, Boosie was not totally honest. Let's check out what Vlad had to say.
Recently did a live where he revealed parts of this conversation, and in his live, he said that he had asked for $5,000 more, and I said no, which is why he's not going to do the interview. Now, that's not exactly accurate. So, I wasn't going to put any of this out there, but because he started putting out numbers out there and people started going, oh, Vlad being cheap, why is it only 5,000? You could pay him that, not knowing the whole picture. So I'm going to lay out the whole picture for everyone just to explain what exactly is going on. So when I called Boosie, like I said, the fee had always been $25,000. He said, I want $40,000.
Okay, real quick, right? If y'all go back to my video that I did reacting to this situation, I initially said that from my assumption, me assuming that Boosie was probably getting like 15, 20, 25 at the most. And for him to ask for a 5K bump was not that much. You know what I'm saying? But so honestly, I was in the ballpark, right? I was in the area. But according to Vlad is saying that Boosie asked for a 15K increase. Not 5K, 15K, which is 3 times what Boosie said. So for Boosie to say that was kind of misleading. You know what I'm saying? But let's hear what the rest of what Vlad got to say.
And I'm like, fam, I can't do 40,000. That's just putting me in the hole in a situation like this. And he was like, well, I'll go as low as 35. And I'm like, man, listen, I might be able to do 30 after I run the numbers, but 35 is definitely out of the question. But let me go ahead and run my numbers and actually see what's going on. So I went back and I looked through the last, 5 or 6 interviews. And I looked, and the profit margin on each of these interviews was around $10,000.
10K profit margin. I also made a statement about Vlad overhead, right? And his ROI, his return on investment, which I was not aware of. I was not privy to this information. That's why I'm glad Vlad made a response to this situation, because all we could do is assume. You understand what I'm saying? Based on outside looking in. But Vlad is breaking it down as far as all of his overhead, what he pays, what he profits off of every interview. And he's going to go into further detail about his his overhead costs as far as what he got to do in order to make these interviews with Boosie happen. Let's continue.
So I showed him the numbers. I sent him a spreadsheet showing him my back end numbers. And I'm like, bro, the most I could do is 25. You're asking for 35. Your traffic has been dipping over the years. You've gone from about 6 million to about 5.5 to about 5 and some change. So you're looking at about maybe a 10-15% decrease in views, which means a 10 to 15% decrease in revenue, as you know. But you're asking for a 40% increase in appearance fee. A 40% increase. It doesn't make any business sense, because what will end up happening is, look, Boosie's already at home, right? He wakes up, he does the interview. There's no cost associated with him, and he was getting paid $25,000. I have to fly because I don't have a studio or a camera crew in Georgia, in Atlanta, so I have to hire a camera crew in Atlanta. I have to fly from LA to Atlanta. I have to get a hotel. I have to have all the costs associated with it. And then afterwards, I have to pay to get the video edited and pay my crew and everything else like that. And as you know, with YouTube, I'm taking all the risk because sometimes the videos get demonetized, right? Especially when we talk about someone like a Boosie who has, he swears, he's talking about a lot of edgy stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm taking 100% of the risk. So I'm like, listen, I cannot pay you $35,000 when I'm going to make nothing. Or maybe I'm even going to take a loss. Boosie recently.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. That was Vlad's response to Boosie and his situation as far as the interviews is concerned. And again, to be honest, man, maybe Boosie was just throwing 40 out there to try to get to the 30, 35 number. But according to Vlad and all of his costs that he has to put out up front in order to make these interviews happen, he just couldn't get there. You know what I'm saying? And he also made a valid point about Boosie numbers, the views dipping over the past few years or the past few appearances. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, Boosie being away for 7 months, not doing the interview. You understand? Are people still interested in seeing Boosie on Vlad? I would say yes. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're a great combination. You know what I mean? And the culture, I wouldn't say need them, but the culture misses them. You know what I'm saying? I miss seeing Boosie on Vlad. I think they got a good thing going. Hopefully they could work it out and come to some type of agreement on a number that's fair for the both of them and get this thing back rolling. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I wanted to just give y'all a quick update on that, letting y'all know where Vlad stands on the matter. What Boosie put out there obviously was a little different, but y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Should Boosie just take the 25 and keep rocking and rolling? Or should Vlad come up to that 30, 35 number and try to figure out a way to make a bigger profit? You know what I'm saying? Get a better return on his investment. Let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all. One.